Reading Rainbow, Real Estate Edition. Just kidding guys, Eric Martel here, and I own one of the largest turnkey rental businesses in the world and personally own over 500 properties. And today I'm going to reveal to you guys the best 5 books ever written on real estate investing, and I'm going to give you the cliff notes so you can decide for yourself if it's going to be worth your time and energy. And here's a hint, it will be. Please hit the like button like it's a tip jar and subscribe to my channel. I've got a new video coming out every week to walk you through every detail of the real estate investing process. And now, without further ado, follow me! Too close, back it up. The number 5 best real estate book ever written is Loopholes of Real Estate by Garrett Sutton. This is one of the most important books a real estate investor can read because it talks about one of the most important elements of real estate investing, tax and legal loopholes. The tax and legal loopholes you need to be a successful real estate investor. You can find deals. We've got tons of videos about the market conditions and what to look for. But the real answer to why you should invest in real estate is the tax advantages and loopholes that make your rentals almost nearly tax-free. Though I disagree about the use of the word loopholes, to me a loophole is being able to take advantage of a rule of law or something like that that was not intended for that purpose. And this book is telling you how to invest in real estate the right way by using the existing laws that are in place for that very purpose. Protect your asset and be tax-free. These are not loopholes. This is what you're supposed to be doing. No matter how you define loopholes, this book is a must-have book that will give you the foundation of your understanding for what real estate can do for you. And it will save you thousands of dollars not having to have a lawyer explain that to you later. And the best part about this book is that it talks about real estate advantages that are vastly different from any other investment vehicle out there. If you're not convinced yet that this will answer the age-old question, why should I be investing in real estate? So these are the 4 most important reasons why people invest in real estate: appreciation, cash flow, leverage, and tax advantages. He also talks about legal strategies, and Garrett illustrates the different legal structures that will help you protect your assets in case something goes wrong or you should get sued. Finally, he talks about various tax strategies that will help you reduce your tax liability. And the big lesson here is that you have to create an LLC, and this LLC was going to help you protect your asset in case something goes wrong. LLC is basically a legal structure, a legal entity that is separate from you that owns that particular piece of real estate. So if something happens to the real estate, if the bank wants to foreclose on that particular property, then only this LLC, only this property gets affected, and you can still get to drive your car, live in your house, etc. So this book to me is a real reference book because I can go back to that book and figure out, oh, what are some of the tax advantages? How do I need to structure this business so that I get protected, I get maximum protection? And sometimes people are asking me like, why are you creating your LLCs in Wyoming and why not in California, for example, right? And this book tells you that kind of information. So this is a reference book to me. It's something that I go back to whenever I have these kinds of questions. I think that this is a fantastic foundation, especially if you're getting started in real estate. This is the book that you want to start reading. Number 4, Debt Millionaire by George Antone. This is another spectacular book. This book discusses very important insights on how money, interest rates, inflation, and debt can work in your favor. So let's call it the opposite of Dave Ramsey. This book is all about teaching you that the traditional method of investing that focuses on being debt-free does not work. And exactly why. He describes the importance of using debt wisely. And here's the gist of what he says. Yes, caller? You want to get wealthy? Great. Where are you calling from? California. Well, get out of there. Here's the gist of what he says. Structure your investments so that interest, inflation, and wealth buildings are working in your favor. So basically the book is telling you various techniques and helping you make the best decision, the best investment decision. And he's basically comparing throughout this book 2 different scenarios, 2 different ways of doing the same transaction. You want to buy a house, for example. So you have one person that wants to really pay off the house as quickly as possible or is buying the house cash versus someone that is using a mortgage in order to buy that house. And basically, he's comparing the two situations, the two ways of investing in that same investment vehicle, and then kind of what is their return at the very end. One of the other biggest points he makes that was eye-opening for me is that it is exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, to fight taxes and inflation without using debt. Most people are more concerned about finding the ideal house. What they should be concerned about is finding the greatest financing. Number 3, the BRRRR rental property investment strategy made simple by David Greene. Now, the BRRRR strategy is probably one of the most well-known real estate investment strategies out there, and David Greene is an experienced real estate investor and is the co-host of the Bigger Pockets podcast. This is an awesome book, and if you can properly BRRRR, there's no limit on what you can do in real estate. David goes into detail about his strategy, which consists of BRRRRing multi-family and single-family rentals. His book has sold over 160,000 copies and has made a significant impact on real estate investing. And it is because of this book that the BRRRR strategy is so popular among real estate investors. As a real estate investor, it is critically important that you know this strategy, because if you execute this strategy properly, it will create infinite return. What does that mean? That means that you're basically creating money out of thin air. Here's what you need to know about how the BRRRR works. Buy. So you buy a distressed property at a discount. Rehab or renovate. So you renovate the property to the standard in the neighborhood. Rent. So make sure you get tenants in the property at market rent. Refinance. You get a cash out refinance on the property. And if you do it right, you may be able to get all of your cash out of the property and sometimes even more than what you actually put in. Money out of thin air. And the last one is repeat. You did so well, this is such a great strategy, then you want to do it again and again, obviously. And that's it, that's all there is to it. And that's the cheat code for infinite money. And number 2, the advanced guide to real estate investing, how to identify the hottest markets and secure the best deals by Ken McElroy. Now, this book is focused on multifamily investing, but even if you are interested in single-family rentals, I believe that many of the principles do apply to real estate investing in general. So if you're not sold on real estate investing yet, Ken lists 10 advantages of investing in real estate. So all of the other books so far, I'm talking about kind of like mind-blowing books, secrets of real estate investing. And this book is a little bit different, but it's a reference book that tells you everything you need to know about real estate investing all in one place. So you don't have to buy multiple books. This one covers it all from multifamily to single-family rentals. So these are awesome, and just because you're so awesome too, here's the 10 that he lays out super fast. So number 1, cash flow. And cash flow is basically the amount of cash that you have left from your gross rent after you've paid all your expenses, including your mortgage. And that goes right in your pocket. Number 2 is control. So that means that you will have control of this asset. You make decision on this asset, which is very different than when you're investing in the stock market, for example, where you don't control the investment that you have. Number 3, appreciation. So over time, all these real estate assets are going to appreciate. They're going to be more valuable over time. Number 4, leverage. Leverage basically means debt. You want to be able to control a big asset that's going to appreciate with as little cash as possible. So number 5, depreciation. Depreciation is basically the ability to write off a portion of your house against your taxes. Number 6, refinance. This is the ability to take out cash out of your property without having to pay taxes. Number 7, asset protection. This is basically strategies on protecting your real estate assets to make sure that, if anything goes wrong, that you are protected. Number 8, 1031 exchange. So this is the ability for you to sell a property and then buy another property of similar or bigger value without having to pay any capital gains tax. This is crazy. Number 9, hedge against inflation. Real estate allows you to hedge against inflation. That means protect your dollars against the eroding effect of inflation. Number 10, physical asset. So real estate is a physical asset. It has real value. It has real, material. It provides real value, inherent value to the people that are living in it, a roof walls and windows. It protects against the element and a place to live. And for that reason, the value of real estate can really never go down to zero. The location may not be always that desirable, but the house would always have some value. These 10 things are just a reminder of how important it is to invest in real estate. And to invest in real estate, the best way to maximize your return, I highly recommend Ken's book, because it not only goes over the reason why real estate is important, but also how to maximize your return on real estate. And the number one is the Self-Directed IRA Handbook by Mat Sorenson. Now, this is called a handbook for a reason. This book covers everything, and by that I mean everything you need to know about self-directed IRAs. I learned so much on this book. For many people, the majority of their savings are stuck in 401ks and IRAs and other retirement accounts. And I think it is worth understanding how these savings could be used for real estate investing. It describes all the transactions allowed under a self-directed IRA, prohibited transaction also, so that you don't get into trouble. He also describes the proper structure to invest in real estate with IRA. A lot of people are forgetting about that. And to give you the maximum flexibility when it is time for you to retire. And also, what everybody forgets is how you're going to get your money out of your IRA with minimum taxes. A lot of people are just talking about how you're going to put money in there, how you're going to invest your money into your IRA, and how you're going to save taxes that way. But people forget that eventually you're going to want to have that money in your bank account so that you can go to a restaurant, you can spend that money. And this book explains exactly how you can get that money out of your IRA and minimize your taxes. So these 5 books cover absolutely everything you need to know to be a professional real estate investor, a successful real estate investor. So make sure you keep those books close to you because you're going to refer to them constantly. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button and share this with any investor friends you may have. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do you really consider yourself a real estate investor? See you next time.